Good after morning, folks. Mike Wells, your world explorer. Today we're going to go ahead and cut some special agates. I'm going to go ahead and get this hole set up. Now for agate cutting, we're going to need some glasses, and because the saw is so loud, I'm going to use an earplug for my one good ear. So let me show you what kind of agates we're going to be cutting here today. I've got my stash of stones, all kinds of rough rocks in here. What I want is this one. This is my Agua Nueva vein agate. All right, here it is. I'm going to set my hose right here. This thing slow leaks, but it's like the perfect leak. Let me test my saw, make sure it works. Okay, it definitely works. I have to take my ring off because my saw, sometimes I hit the saw blade on this and I've already messed up one ring. So, these rocks, they don't look like much from the outside. They're pretty gross look. They look just like trash, okay? Some folks would say, oh yeah, it's trash, throw that away. I'm looking at it like, I don't know, because if you look at it from the side, like this one, this is that Agua Nueva vein agate with a little bit of what is that called, chalcedony on the top, or I forget the name of this, but it's just a bunch of little quartz crystals that grew on the top. But right here is what I'm after. This, you can't really tell what's going on unless you know what you're looking at. It's just ugly. Look, it's so ugly. This one, you can see something, you know, you can see a little something. So that one's probably going to be good. This one, you can't tell much of what's going on except for maybe on this side a little bit. But you see, you can't really see the colors. You can't really see much of what's going on until you cut these. Same thing here. This one is so ugly. Nobody would think to cut this. You hit that side though, you see that and you think, okay, well, maybe there's something good going on, maybe. So we're gonna cut these and figure out what's inside of them. Now I'm gonna post these to my eBay. I'll have the link posted in the description of this video. So if you're interested in those slabs, you can go straight to my eBay and purchase them. So let's get this started. All right, I had to change the direction of the camera because the wind is messing me up. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this guy right here. Okay. Let's see what it's got inside. I'm gonna start slabbing from this direction. Wow, this stuff is very hard. So let's see if we got anything good. I'm about to take it to a close up. Here we go. Here's the reveal. Boom. It's kind of dirty looking. Let's rinse it off. Dang, look at that, folks. Look at that. Okay, that's one side. That's the slab. Wow, that's fancy. Look at those colors. Now look at the other side. Boom. Holy smokes, that's nice, huh? It's got a nice vesicle. It's got some of this plumy, mossy stuff with different colors, light cream blue, kind of purplish. I don't know, it's like a cross. Very good, very good. Now this agate is so hard, it's gonna take some time to cut through it. but we got some good stuff, so let's keep it moving. See what other slabs we can get out of this. Okay. Oh, what do we have here, folks? Let's see. I got that side that we saw not that long ago. Let's look at it. Looking good. Let's flip it. Boom. Okay. So a little bit of a variant from what we were just looking at, but let's look at this side. Boosh. Not bad. Now we'll have to keep cutting. Got a few more slabs to make. See this matrix? It's trash. Sometimes you'll find nice little vugs in there, but most of it's garbage. It has to be big enough to work. Okay, let's rinse it down. See just what we got here. Ready? Okay, boom. I think we've already seen this side right here. Let's go for the flip. Okay, so it's mostly vug. All right, it's mostly a vesicle. That little bit of detail in there is cool. The vesicle is kind of boring, but the colors are good. So you see this was trying to turn into a vesicle, but it didn't quite form all the way. So we'll go ahead and complete this and cut one more time. And then we got some decent stuff out of that one. Not bad. All right, let's go ahead and rinse it off. Let's check our check what we got here. Right? And keep the camera on it. I know this piece here, I think you saw it already. Nice, but let's flip it. Boom. So some cool looking plumy stuff going on here. It's mostly vesicle. And then here's the end piece vesicle. That's cool. So now it's time to move on to a new stone. Now, if you look at this one looks very promising. It has a nice closed vesicle there. It's not perfect because some of this stuff got chipped off on the edge here, but it will still make for some nice stuff for people who want to cab and shape and do all that stuff, because the striations in this one are really good. So let's go ahead and chop away. Ooh, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and see what we got here, folks. Okay. Alright, so we already know what this side looks like, right? Let's flip it. It looks nice. It has some cracks in it that are natural cracks, but other than that, it's a pretty nice piece. Let's look at this side. Boom. So yeah, it's a fancy vesicle for sure. Just, it's not a perfect piece, but it's still really nice. I'm gonna probably take one more little tiny end cut slab off, and this will be a slab here. So let's get right into it. Okay. So we know what this side right here looks like, right? Now let's flip it. Oh, it's not bad, not bad. It's kind of cool. And we'll see what its counterpart looks like. Yeah, just a nice little simple, pretty end cut. Something that's fashionable that will work. You could work it into something. Let's take, here's our next piece. All right, what are we gonna do with this one? What's it gonna turn into? No telling, but this is a tough call on how to slice this because it's kind of like a diamond shape. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna slice this. Let me think about it real quick. Okay, now let's take it and get a close up. Right. Now what do we have here? That side looks pretty cool, but it's not flat. This side is the flat side, and it looks like that was the right choice, folks. I got some vesicle here, a small tight vesicle there, and a whole bunch of fancy mossy plume stuff going on. This is the quality agate. Oh man, look at that. This thing is gonna, the whole thing is gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay. So we've seen that beautiful side. It's amazing. Now let's see what it rolls and transitions into. Wow. Look at that, folks. That's like a coral reef scene or something. That is fantastic. Look at all the little details in there. Just loaded with details. Unbelievable. Boom, look at that side too. This thing is top shelf right here. Unbelievable. And it has a nice larger closed, almost completely closed vesicle. Just fantastic. Let's cut another one. Rinse it off. Now let's see what we got here. So, you've already seen what this side looks like. Let's do the flip. Boom. Not bad. The vesicle is getting bigger. I wasn't expecting that, but still looks good nonetheless. Got some interesting things happening over here. Boom. And then I think the vesicle is just going to keep growing. Wow, that's fancy. Wow, this thing is really neat. So let's cut some more. Okay, we're about to get this reveal. This has been a very good piece of rock so far. There's that side. Let's flip it. Oh, wow. Okay, so the vesicle is evolving, and now there's some pink on the inside. And let's move this. Boom. So this vesicle has, it's getting bigger, but there are more and newer colors starting to show. Unfortunately, this rock only has maybe one more cut left in it. So let's cut it. Wow, that was one of the most out of control cuts I've experienced. But we did it. So let's see what we got as a final result. What we have here, it's beautiful. We've seen this side. Let's flip it. Boom. Yeah, look at that pink. This is beautiful. Boom, there's the other side. Wow, so much going on here. What a great chunk of rock. Let's take and do, now this one's kind of ugly even when it's wet. But it's got some interesting colors in there that, oh wow, look at that. Folks, it's got some red in there. I can already tell you this, oh my gosh, this one might be really good. Let's cut into it. Okay, let's go ahead and do the rinsey rinse. I'm trying to, okay, yeah, there we go. I don't want to, let's see, what do we have here? That side looks pretty amazing, even though it hasn't been cut and it's not flat. This side, holy smokes, folks. Dang, this is like some crazy, beyond crazy lace. This is crazy moss, you know? Like, holy smokes. Look at those colors. This is insane quality. Look at that. Look at those colors. Look at the vesicles. Dang, this is spectacular stuff. Okay. Oh my gosh. I just got a glimpse. Okay, so what are we looking at here? All right, we saw this side. Seriously amazing, right? Let's do the flip. Boom, look at that. Okay, so this crack that goes right through and kills that eye, I'm not happy about that, but hey, it's still a pretty piece and it still has all the right colors. My God, that's amazing. Boom, look at that. Holy smokes. This is some fancy stuff. Fancy stuff, folks. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a rinse. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? Now, you've seen all these others, right? Now it's time to see this one. Let's do the flip. Boom. Okay, so more of the same. Very fancy. It's got a bunch of dots or discs or something in there. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty. This thing has so much color. Look at the red and the yellow and the light purple and the just all there. Boom, look at that. I got one more cut to make. That's different. You just never know what you're going to pop into when you cut these things open. So we're going to go ahead and cut one more. Yes, let's see what we got here, folks. All right, so we saw this side, right? We saw right there what's going on with that, right? Now let's flip it. Doosh. Not bad. Not bad. Look at that. Look at that red border. All right up in there. That's pretty sick. Boom. Look at that side. This is going to be the end cut. I'll sell it just like this. Fancy stuff, folks. Let's get into some more stones. Got this big, this one looks similar to that last one, right? So let's take a look here. That one is very similar to the last one in colors. So I think we're gonna get very blessed on this one too. So let's start chopping this one up. Okay, let's do this rinsing real quick. Now, Folks, what do we got here? I need to be able to see. Let's look. Here's the face. We kind of ground off that face a little bit. Wow, look at that. It's looking interesting. Very red, plumy stuff. Boom, look at that color. Holy smokes. Okay, so this is a fancy stone. Boom, look at those colors. Gosh, the transitions. All the little vesicles too. This is superior stuff right here, folks. Okay. Now we saw what's going on with this one. Boom. Let's flip it. Doosh. Crazy beautiful. Look at that. It's like orange, yellow, like a light purple, cream color purple, darker purple, and red. Boom. Sick. Wow, this stuff is crazy. I'm gonna cut some more. Okay, what do we got here? I've already been pleasantly surprised by this one. Right, so let's look. Significant details. Flip. Boom, look at this vesicle starting to intrude. Big time. So the red is starting to leave the picture, which I'm kind of sad about that, but look at these plumes. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Reveal. Oh, so the red is going to stay around maybe a little bit longer. Look at this zone. That is fancy. This thing is crazy. Look at that. Gosh, let's cut some more. Okay, so we're about to see something. I think I saw a nice little taste of what's coming. So let's look. We've seen this side. Let's do the flip. Boom. Not bad, not bad. This vesicle kind of like runs through. It's very interesting. This is a nice piece. Let's do the reveal. Boom. See that? Yeah. Really good. Really nice. Fancy looking stuff. So we've got maybe one more cut on this one. Maybe two. I don't know. Somewhere around there. I might come at it from a different angle now. Okay. Let's see what we got here, folks. We've seen this side, right? Let me make sure you can see what I'm talking about. Seen that side. Let's do the flip. Boom. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, that was the right call. Nice. Another reveal. Boom. I'm going to cut one more. Look at that. Nice tight vesicle right there. It's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and start chopping. Okay. This one didn't take very long to break into, so hopefully it looks good. Ready? Boom. Dang, that looks good. Wow. That's fancy. Very nice. We got one more. Let's chop into it. Now this one, I'm not sure what to expect, but it definitely looks like it could have been like a huge agate, but it didn't complete. It must have gotten broken apart while it was in the ground or something. So let's cut it. Okay, let's see what we got here, folks. Not sure what to expect, but I know we'll get some pretty colors, I think, and some like a striation type of pattern. Let's see, where are we at? Right there. Let's do the flip. Ready? Boom. Dang, look at those colors. This is some fancy looking stuff. Boom, gosh dang. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cut the rest of this. So what we have here, I'm thinking is gonna be really good, like that last one. Right? So here we are. Looks fancy, fancy flip. Boom, yeah. Dang, there's so much going on in that. Unbelievable. Wow, there's like plumes and all kinds of stuff. This stuff is crazy. So, we've had this thing. Viewed this side already. Let's do the flip. Boom. Pretty nice stuff, huh? Pretty crazy good looking. Boom, there's another reveal. Let's cut some more. Let's see what we got here. All right, I'm gonna pull it close, get that zoom, and we'll go ahead and flip. Boom. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Another reveal. Boom. So we're getting pretty much repeats of this amazing material. Got another one coming at you. Let's take a look. Nice on this side, we already know. Boom. Very good. Little crack right there, but okay. Boom. There's that reveal. Yeah, this is some cool stuff. Tell you what. We got enough for 3 more slabs, and that's about it. So, all right. Look at this one. Not bad, eh? Let's flip. Boom. Same. A little more on the fracture side, but whatever. And then there's that side. Wow. This looks good. One more cut, but that is awesome. Let's see what we got here. Trying to get into focus. Boom. Are we there? Yeah, we are there. That's fancy. Let's flip it. Boom. Okay, so it was like, it's a pseudomorph type of situation. That's why that was formed. So you see that pocket. Very interesting. We captured it, and boom, there's the very end right there. All right, folks, here's the yield for the day. Agua Nueva vein agate. Now you see a lot of vesicles and whatnot in there, so yeah, it's really good stuff. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That helps the channel grow. And stay tuned, because I got a lot more agates that I want to cut and reveal to you through my YouTube channel. Also, if you're interested in these slabs, just go to my eBay. You can click on the link in the description of this video. If I were to keep any slab, I think it would be that one right in the middle right there. That's probably my favorite so far, but they're all extremely amazing. Have a nice day.